What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and in today's video, my friends, I'm going to show you another version of the Umbra initiative build that I really like to use. In yesterday's video, I showed you one way to run with it. Today, I wanted to show you another. As I mentioned before, there are so many different ways to run with this thing. Now, if you happen to enjoy this video, do me a favor, take a quick second and hit that like button. It really does help the channel out. Feel free to subscribe or join as well. And remember, we have giveaways here, but I will go over those details at the end of the video. Now you can see on the footage, once again I'm at American History Museum, heroic content, and you were just ripping through enemies. Now this build does take a little bit getting used to because you're jumping in and out of cover, but once you get the timing down and all of that good stuff, it is a lot of fun to use. Now we're going to jump right into the build, and as always I want to remind new and returning players, this is just a template. This is one of so many different ways you can run with a build like this. The most important thing is to truly take your time, make a build your own, and cater it to your gameplay. So starting off with the specialization, I'm using Gunner for a few core reasons. First of all, you're going to get that little extra armor on kill. It does come in handy here and there, but more importantly, you're going to get an extra rate of fire increase. You're going to get a faster reload increase. You have the ability to use the Banshee Pulse. And always remember, regardless of which specialization you choose, always have the proper weapons activated in your weapon skill tree. That way you're getting a 15% damage bonus regardless of which one you have equipped. My primary weapon for this build is the Dark Winter SMG. It still happens to be one of my favorite SMGs in the game. Now, if you don't have it as yet, you can get it from either, any PvP mode, or you can get it from buying named caches and hopefully getting lucky enough to one to drop, because remember, you can get DZ exclusive items from named caches. So that is a weapon you definitely want to check out. My secondary is a Carbine 7 with the talent Killer. Now, the Dark Winter has the talent Perfect Killer. There's about a 10% difference in the amount of crit hit damage you're going to get, but they're both incredibly powerful. Now moving on to the gear itself, you can see I'm running 4 Umbra, the Memento backpack, and 1 Overlord. Starting off with the mask, it's the first piece of Umbra that we're running, and we're using all 4 so we get all of the gear set bonuses. You can see here, a 2-piece gives you 15% extra crit hit chance, 3-piece is 30% reload speed, and 4-piece is from the shadows and into the light. While on cover, you're going to gain 10 stacks per second up to 50. Each stack will give you 1% crit hit damage increase and 0.3% RPM. Buff does not apply when shooting from cover. While out of cover, agents lose 2 stacks per second at a normal speed and 1 stack per second if sprinting. Then with Into the Light, while out of cover and in combat, gain 10 stacks per second up to 50. Each stack will give 0.8% armor regen when it is consumed, and pretty much on all of these pieces, all I'm trying to do is stack crit hit chance and crit hit damage. Now moving on to the body armor, I'm also using the Umbra body armor because of its talent from the shadows. Now you always have that talent on the gear, however this increases your max stacks from the shadows from 50 to 100 and stack gain from 10 to 20. And once again, as you'll see on all of these pieces, trying to stack crit hit chance and crit hit damage every single place I can in this build. Moving on to the holster. Next piece of Umbra, again, crit hit damage on this one, maxing out the weapon damage, make our way to the knee pads. I'm using Fox's Prayer because I really like that 8% damage to targets out of cover attribute. I've also chosen to reroll my core attribute to armor for more survivability. Moving on to the gloves, fourth and final piece of Umbra, and again, stacking that crit hit chance and crit hit damage. And finally, my friends, we have the Memento backpack, still the best bag in the game for any type of run and gun build whatsoever. Now in yesterday's video, I actually used the Umbra backpack instead of this. However, I wanted to highlight this bag. In my opinion, it is the best one to use for this build. If you do not have it, keep farming because it's definitely worth your time. As far as my skills go, I'm using the Crusader Shield and the Assault Drone. They happen to be my 2 favorite, and when it comes to my stats, I'm sitting at 55.5% crit hit chance. Remember, the max is 60, and my crit hit damage is 137.9. Again, these are kind of target numbers, so anything around that, you should be good to go. One of the things I recommend to new and returning players is anytime you're trying out a new build, go to a mission or control point or something you're familiar with. That way you know the timing of the NPC, you can really see the time to kill with your build, and then you can make a determination of what changes you may want to make. Most of you know by now that one of my favorite aspects about putting these build videos together is the family that we have here at the channel. So as always, if you have any tips or tricks you want to pass along to new and returning players, please let me know in the comments section, as the main goal is to try to help out as many people as we can. One final thing, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we do have giveaways here. Our current one is for a PlayStation 5. To enter. All you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced on October 2nd of this year. On that note, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out. However, as always, I want to take a moment to thank you all for your amazing support of this channel and remind you, if you enjoyed this, do me a favor, hit that like button. You can feel free to hit that subscribe or join button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
The True Sons seem to be in control of the holding area. The hyenas are knocking out security cameras. Pretty smart of them. On camera again. The holding area is just ahead. Once you find that laptop, grab it and get the hell out of there.
Looks like you got True Sons reinforcements headed your way.
North or south side?
Both. Heavier concentration to the south.
With all those gates sealed, the north exit should be closer.
You won't know what hit you.
All clear.
You just recovered intel that's going to be a whole lot of help to Odessa in the short term, but to all of us in the long run. You also effectively put this hellhole out of commission.